here we are back in the shop. But first, some of you have grandkids and children and nieces and nephews that start to those teenage years where they're a little too cool and they don't need you anymore. All right, so as an uncle, I'm proud because I officially get to pull out my niece. You want to say anything, Adeline?
Yippee.
Just fine. You want to see them develop their own independence and their own personality. We've all been there. I think it's a rite of passage. First time you get stuck in Minnesota. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's that day you need your uncle, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We had that day earlier today. Dawn's oldest daughter, Adeline, got stuck. And well, wouldn't you know, whose phone rang to come pull her out?
I mean, she's only had her license for about a month and a half.
Yeah.
And it was one of those days, it started out in the upper 30s raining, and then the temperature was dropping throughout the day. And it was gravel road. I mean, even when I first went to check on her, I'm like, clear gravel roads, we're fine. And then it's like, oh crud, like you hit the patch, you know, that's just glare ice.
Oh. Oh no. Oh, Eric, stop. It broke the hook. Yeah, it ripped right out.
We had these great straight line winds, and you can tell exactly what happened. Like when you had along the road, if you had any tree cover, everything was fine. But any place that the wind was blowing straight across the road, oh yeah, it was a sheet of ice. And actually, just to show everybody I'm not perfect, we hooked the strap up, give it the first pull, and of course we yank off the little tab that we hooked to, because I thought that was a pole hook. That got yanked off. But then I get out of the truck and boom, I fall completely on my butt. Did you catch it?
Oh, yeah.
It is that day. It's slick. Luckily, like, you got a little padding there.
Yeah.
But I'm just sitting there on the ground like, this has happened so many times. You're just like, how did I get on the ground?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm here now.
Yeah. Did you feel it the next day? I don't.
No, not even.
Like
it was like the most gentle,
like, slow motion.
feet came out. I caught a little bit of the running board on the truck. Yeah, I mean, it just,
Well
I've had way worse.
Good
Yeah,
job.
let's put it that way.
Well, that's good.
So yes, it's just kind of fun knowing like, hey, because then I was just telling Adeline, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
This is just a good education lesson. We've all ditched them. Do you remember the first time you ever went in a ditch?
Knock on wood, I've never actually slid into the ditch.
Really?
I know, but I was super cautious when I first got my license. And even when I was going to check on Adeline, I'm like, all right, I think I'm gonna put it in 4-wheel drive just in case. And then I'm coming up to it, and all of a sudden I feel like I'm sliding, and I'm like, I hope I don't like go in right behind her. So.
Wow, that's amazing. Has Diane ever gone in the ditch?
I think she has.
Okay.
Yeah. So I tried to tell Adeline too, and she's like, I was going too fast, and I'm like, if you just go a little slower, you have more reaction time. And even if you do slide in, it's usually not as bad, like as if you're really flying down the road. Take it easy, and you don't actually save that much time by going fast.
No, that was the thing. Number one thing that changed my driving habits is about 15 years ago when we got the first like TomTom and Garmin's, and you'd be flying all over the metro, and then we got those, and they'd give you a pre-calculated time for distance travel, and you'd be like, oh no, I can make it faster than that.
Oh, always trying to beat it.
And you think you drove that stupid for save not even a minute? I mean, most of the time you didn't save any time, minute or two, and then you're like, all I did was burn more gas.
Yeah,
and I gotta pay for that.
They have like one red light that's like the equalizer, right? And you're like, oh, you're back to the car that you passed. So. It's true, all this wisdom in our old age, right?
I just like the fact that I was like, okay, see, Adeline, this is why you gotta be nice to me. One day you're gonna need me. Absolutely.
Bring us up to speed. Is this like a Merry Christmas project for you now?
It's getting close.
Yeah.
It's definitely getting close. As you can see here, the bumper, I mean, we got that on this week. Well, if you hear that background noise, that's the semi running outside. Hey, it's only 5 below right now. It was 10 below earlier. So it's about 7 o'clock in the morning. I've already been out plowing fields and sand and driveways, and it's just been one of those days, but just about ready to get on the road. The one thing you find when you get cold weather like this is nothing moves fast. Nothing likes to start that good, and so it's a slow process. The only good news is we finally got that bumper on. Wow, happy the truck looks as good as it does. I know we all got a lot of time in it, but it's been a lot of fun. My dad totally fabbed up that bumper, which is pretty cool. This week's been really good. Last week I felt like we were definitely in the messy middle. This week we're coming out of it. But there's still a little ways to go,
Okay.
Just a little ways to go.
Well, this is cool, Dad. I saw the bumper in process, but this is my first time down here seeing it all painted up and all together. It turned out really well. Dad was telling me what you actually notice are like all the different angles in here. So where did you get the idea for this shape for the bumper?
Well, if you look at some of the pictures of off-road trucks, a lot of times they'll have the bumpers come up at an angle so that they have more tire clearance and clear the rocks and all the things that they're going over. So these are a little short. We're going to add a couple inches to it to bring it out so it kind of lines up around the body lines a little bit, and we'll change the angles a little bit to make it fit the body a little better, bring it in a little tighter and stuff. Other than that, just roll the bumper together. And we kind of like the design of it, so I don't know if there's anything quite like this. This just worked out with the material we had. Every piece of material is what we had in back, and we just made it work. So that was part of it. And then these guys dreamt up that we got to make it light up really good, so it looks like a Vegas street at 9 o'clock at night. So these are a little short. We're going to add a couple inches to it to bring it out so it kind of lines up around the body lines a little bit, and we'll change the angles a little bit to make it fit the body a little better, bring it in a little tighter and stuff. Other than that, roll the bumper together. Got to make brackets for the lights and everything else, the hooks and everything else you want on it.
And what do we have going on here too?
Well, that's the snowplow unit itself. So this truck belonged to somebody from the neighborhood that we knew well, and always kind of respected him, and that's why this truck wandered into here, and it was his plow truck for the yard and stuff. So you know, give everything kind of a fresh coat of paint and add a few interesting things to it, and this is what we came up with.
So you were saying the middle part's actually part of the original bumper?
Yes. Well, yes. From here to the other side is all the original bumper, and we could put a plate like this behind it, you know, like 2-inch strap if we think we got too much of a gap, but I think it'll be okay.
I think when you throw that pump in there and that fills up that gap, you know, that's what's different is it's a pre-runner bumper mixed with a snowplow bumper.
Pre-runner? No, that's the
pre-snow.
That's a corn crib special. We didn't realize when we got started on it, we should have started from the scratch, because there's a lot of stuff that's warped, and I realize it's been used for 30 years or 20 years, whatever it was. And so anyway, the center section, you wouldn't notice it, but the plow unit is actually welded off to one side by about 2.5 and 3/4 of an inch. And a few oddities like that. Some of the mounting holes, it didn't sit on the truck straight.
Okay.
So we had to revamp that a little bit, and I think Eric was surprised when it just cut off the wings, because there was just nothing left to work with there. So.
Yeah, but I mean, Dad, this is your specialty, like fabricating, puzzles, you know, solving to figure out how to make it all work together, get all the heights and everything. I mean, even all this, right? Like to get it all right.
So, okay, so yes, you gotta fit the lights, the license plate, the tow hooks, you know, and everything. What you don't realize is behind this piece is a lot of more metal, and that's where we originally were gonna go with those lights, which we couldn't because of what's behind them. So it was kind of a puzzle fitting it all together.
Yeah.
So.
It looks really good though.
This is the layout I'm thinking right now. It kind of centers it in the bumper. You know, there's no flat surface. You just don't lay it across and measure. You gotta figure all your angles into it too. That one will have to come up just a little bit, but this kind of centers it in the bumper, and we'll be able to adjust the lights so they can shine either out just a little bit or straight ahead, whatever we kind of feel we need. Oh no, I gotta clarify one thing.
Okay.
I do not hate Chevy pickups. That's not even the word. I just don't care for this era because they are designed for people that are shorter, smaller.
Oh, okay.
And I've never been called petite, and I don't fit in it. When I go to use the clutch, my knee is banging on the dash or the side door, and that is the only reason that I don't care for this era. And add that to it, and that'll just bring it all together.
Yep, I like it a lot.
Oh, I didn't realize. So forward cab of this era is actually bigger?
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
A lot bigger.
When you had a new seat in one of these pickups, you had to take your hat off because it rubbed on the ceiling.
It's a problem I've never had.
Well, okay, and now that I'm getting older, I'm actually shrinking, so it might
Now you can
accidentally fit now, but I doubt it. So, but no, I always liked the square body look, and
Yeah.
always liked the earlier ones better, the early 70s, like
Sure.
Mike Griebel used to have. That is hard to beat. That's a
Yeah.
pretty truck.
Yeah.
This last week was nice though because we got to wrap up a lot of the mechanical stuff. We got the front end put back together, we got the rear end back together. We still knew we had to build some brake lines. We got those built earlier in the week, and there's actually some neat tooling in here that makes the job so much easier. And we took a night, we got all the brake lines built, we got everything bled, and got the rear parking brakes set up. We're just waiting, the last thing we're waiting on is we got the two rear cables. We got the two rear cables for the parking brake here and installed. And the front one moves, but there is a stiff spot in it. And so I got a new one of those coming, should be here early next week.
Okay.
But other than that, actually our goal, I'm hoping Dad's still on board. We haven't told him yet. We were gonna spin the truck and be like, Dad, you see how good that bumper looks, right?
Oh.
let's make the rear bumper a little cooler. What's the chances she hits? 50-50?
0.
She's that dead?
Well, no, I just know it takes a lot of cranking for it always bleeds back.
But we got an Optima battery now. She wants to.
Well, I mean, yeah, you can't have one really cool bumper and then one still stock bumper on it.
Yeah. Oh, that, I'll tell you, I know Dad has a lot of time in that bumper, and we made the same crucial mistake we've made with so many projects. So many times it's like, you start just thinking, okay, we're gonna just do a few little mods,
Yep.
be great. Then it turns into a full-fledged project.
Yep.
But then because you're working with something that's older and fatigued and a little warped,
It's-
we would have been hours ahead if we would have just started new with a new,
Yeah.
new
Oh, good.
bumper.
So then he'll take that knowledge into the rear bumper.
That's a good way of looking at it, yeah.
Just start fresh.
I like that
But
idea.
Dad loves fabbing and
Yeah.
all that, so I'm guessing you're not gonna have to twist his arm. And given the time of year that it is, you won't have to twist his arm to do it.
You have festive coloring?
Yep. Do you remember? I mean, aren't Little Debbie Christmas trees just like the best ever? When I saw this, I'm like, hands down, favorite Little Debbie.
Okay, so we all know this time of year there's a lot of sugar around.
Yeah.
I was doing good. Mom came home with this thing of cookies for the grandkids. And then, oh my gosh, 2 o'clock in the morning. I went to bed at midnight. 2 o'clock in the morning, I wake up looking for that sugar fix. Hey, look at that. There's 2 cookies left. And, oh, there's no longer 2 cookies
No,
left.
no, fair enough. I don't think any of us fault you this time of year.
Oh man, I know. It's the only downside, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's just so much sugar around. But hey, 'tis the season.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Little Debbie Christmas trees. What's the ones with the the cream filling? Well, I had cream filling, the white filling, and then it had the brown tops.
Yeah, the oatmeal cream pies.
Yeah, the
Those
oatmeal
were one
cream
of my
pies.
favorites.
Those were one of my favorites of all time.
You know, I wouldn't pass up a Swiss cake roll though either.
Star Crunches took them a long ways too. You know.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's really not a bad one. Oh, a Nutty Bar too. I mean,
Ooh. Yeah, there really isn't a bad one.
that was our childhood, right? Malto meal cereal and Little Debbie's. That's what I think of.
Oh,
what
absolutely.
we grew up on.
What were those little apple and cherry pies too? Because those were at
Oh,
every
yeah.
gas station. I
Yeah.
remember we go haul grain and then we'd stop at the mini mall and
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
So I think those were cheaper than regular candy bars.
I think so.
Yeah. Grandma always, this kind of reminds me of Christmas stuff, but Grandma would always have the bowl full of Snickers.
Yeah.
That was kind of her go-to.
And then the ribbon candy. You remember that? The hard candy?
Oh yeah. I hate
But
that
no one
stuff.
ate it. And
Yeah.
so in the spring, you'd pick it up and it was one lump of like hard candy.
And now we just understand that's
Yeah.
just life, right?
Yeah.
You just throw it away.
Yep.
No, I know. There's so many of those that are like really good. I mean, okay, so I think if we're gonna go in I didn't think we were gonna go into
Yeah, the
favorite
nostalgic.
candies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything Reese's with chocolate on it, I just
A
don't.
Reese's Christmas tree? I would take that over one of these.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's just.
The ratios of it are the chocolate to peanut butter to it's.
And it's a little kind of like a
fantastic.
sharper, deeper flavor.
Yeah, it's really rich. Yeah, man, I kind of want one of those now with my coffee. So might have to take a run.
So the diet plan starts on January 1st, right?
Oh yeah, obviously. Yeah, no. We try to do maintain, don't gain right now, but it's like, meh. it is what it is.
It is so hard, right?
Yeah.
It is so hard. Okay, the only other thing that ties into this real quick as we are getting geared up for the holidays, we all know we have that family member that is trying to tell you that their cookies are the best, and then they're not. And then you're just like...
Isn't that the worst when people bring crappy Christmas cookies? Yeah.
There's just some basics. Anything with peanut butter, anything with chocolate, anything that starts as like the beginning of stages of a chocolate chip cookie dough.
Yeah.
Those are all like go-tos.
Yeah.
Anything hard, candy, I'm not a big fan of.
No.
Yeah. So no, we definitely had the relative where these are the greatest of all time. And then meanwhile, you made, what were those little cookies called? Those no-bake. You just like mix them up.
Cookies.
Yeah.
Chocolate no bakes. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not the baker at all, but those are some of the best go-to, and they're quick to make. I mean,
Yeah.
So leave in the comments favorite cookies, things you're looking forward to. Also, don't be afraid to leave in a comment the family member who thinks they have the cookie.
Safe space.
If you can, I mean, don't use names, but if you can relate, just be like, yep. So and so family member so and so has the cookies that nobody eats, and then we end up throwing them out to the dog, and the dog don't even eat them.
Yep.
We've had some of those. Like you watch the dogs, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, they left, and they're still there on the porch.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
Where we're sitting right now is we got a little bit of wiring left to do, which actually means a lot of wiring, but the cool factor is totally worth it.
Yeah.
And so I'm in the back of the cab right now trying to finish wiring the amps, the stereo system, etc. And then, but that also ties into I've used these in the past. I actually one of the pickups we bought last summer, I used one of these ox beam lights, which I actually are boxes, which I actually really liked. It actually worked out really well, so I'm mounting one of those in here. But then that's gonna allow us to run all the wires forward, to run all of the lights you see here. So we're right in that, we're coming out of the messy middle, but we're still there just a little bit.
Sure.
For today, I just need to sit and just wire nonstop.
Okay.
But I think one thing we might just do is spin the truck around so Dad can work on that back bumper.
Well, you gotta give him vision and let him start.
Yeah.
He'll need a little time to wrap his brain around it and to come up with the design and everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so real quick, last time we're gonna sit down before the holidays. Is there anything you're looking forward to? Are you like, do you cringe at this stuff? Or are you kind of like, yeah, this is awesome?
No, I think we're kind of in a sweet spot. My kids are 11 through 16. And so kind of still, like, I feel like this is kind of one of the last years before really like boyfriends and other things like take over. And so I mean, it's been a great season so far. The kids have been out snowmobiling. We had fun putting up the tree. And so I think I try to look now at Christmas as like the season, not just like the day and like Christmas Eve. And so I feel like we've had like a really good just snowmobiling, decorating, tree putting up, like all that up until now. And so I think, we'll celebrate Christmas Eve with all of us, and I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be fun, but I think it's going to be like part of like what's really been like a good season so far. So, and thank you. You've been a big part of that, so it's been a lot of fun.
Well, I just
Lots of cool uncle points.
I want the Uncle Awesome t-shirt, that's it.
Yeah. Like, do you actually want a t-shirt? I'll get you one. I already go on Amazon real quick.
Yeah, there's something there. We're rolling in this Christmas season, and this is on my mind. We've been doing a bunch of year-end paperwork.
Yeah.
And that's actually where, like, this last week, Adam had a lot more to do with the actual mechanical getting it all running, because that's his skill set. He's very good at it. But that allowed me to go do paperwork and this and that. And then we've been in this roller coaster of weather. So I haven't actually had time to think about it yet.
Yeah.
I was just like doing the count. I'm like, okay, I got Monday, Tuesday, a little bit on Wednesday. Oh, crap.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that's how we're all feeling right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yep.
Like always, leave in the comments anything you're looking forward to for Christmas, anything you're fun. Like I said, if you have that favorite cookie, if you have the relative that thinks they have the favorite cookie.
Yep.
We've just been there many times.
Yep.
And but yeah, leave in a comment. You're doing anything fun for if you're doing anything fun for the Christmas season. Leave that in the comments, because we always check them. They're always a lot of fun. We kind of like the interaction.
We appreciate it.
Just especially like this time of year, we just don't get the time to reply to all of them.